Good evening po. Hello. Um, yes, good evening po everyone. Good evening po, Kuya Randy. Good evening po to our participants who are here present with us in the Zoom, as well as for our participants who are now joining us in YouTube. For us to get started with our session for this evening. Welcome to the sixth day, the final day of our 6 days married couple education program here in the VFT. To start with our session for tonight, I would like to kindly request our host to kindly play the Chagok anthem. All right. Thank you so much po for that beautiful song. And for us to get started, please join me in prayer. Let us all pray. Please close your eyes and bow your heads. Good evening to you, our most loving heavenly parents and victorious parents of heaven, earth, and humankind. Once again, heavenly parents, we are given by you this good opportunity to gather here as a family. And our hearts are filled with so much gratitude, heavenly parents. And with this beautiful morning, after evening, and you have given us to us, as well as for the health, heavenly parents, and for the vision that we will have received. As we have started session, heavenly parents, on our sixth day of this married couple online education program, we would like to invite your divine presence to be with us, to kindly be amidst heavens in our hearts, individual hearts, heavenly parents, so that we can be able to as we open it up so that we can really be able to understand and to really grasp the value of this moment and the significance of this particular program that we're having right now. And we also would like to pray that we can truly use our resource person, our resource speaker, Heavenly Parents, as your true working instrument to convey to all of us, Heavenly Parents, your message of hope and true love and ultimately salvation, Heavenly Parents. We also would like to express our profound gratitude to our true parents because without them, uh, we couldn't have had this opportunity, Heavenly Parents, to be gathered as one family. So, Father in heaven, in unison as brothers and sisters, we would like to humbly consecrate everything back to you this evening. May you can accept it as an offering and our condition, Heavenly Parents, for us to become more successful and be worthy to be called your fellow sons and daughters who had receive the blessing, Heavenly Parents. Thank you so much once again for everything. And in behalf of our leaders, our speaker, our brothers and sisters, all our Central Best families, this I would like to humbly report in gratitude and humility. In my name, Sylvia de Opera, Central Best family. Ju. Yeah, Ju. Good evening once again. Welcome to our sixth session of our married couple online education program. So, kumusta po tayong lahat? Sa po tayo po ay okay and um, I hope they are all ready. So, hindi na po natin patatagalin pa since we will be doing our last lecture of which we will be having our graduation exercise, everybody. So, at this point, I will be introducing to you our ever active and dynamic resource speaker, our BFD education head, not only here in the country but also Asia Pacific too. Also, I would like, he is of course, happily married. We had known him with 6 children in a BS Biology graduate by profession. However, he also had gained his master's as well as his doctorate of divinity in California. So, yeah, my dearest brothers and sisters, please help me welcome with a virtual round of applause our very own Dr. Randy Ami for his lectures. Welcome po, Kuya Randy. Yes.
Hello
So,
po,
dito po.
magandang gabi po sa lahat and yeah, this is now the final day of our series Divine Principle Education and also uh, our Married Couples Education program. So this is now the time wherein we will be understanding the value and significance deeply of the blessing that you have received before. Okay, so please allow me to share my screen. And so we'll be discussing more the significance and process of the blessing. Okay, why do we need the blessing and why is it important for us to be blessed by true parents at the moment? Okay. Oops. Okay, so um, like what I've said, this is the final presentation for this 6 day series of education, but there will be another presentation for your 3 day ceremony, and we'll be scheduling that after the your graduation so that we can set a time that we can meet together for your 3 day ceremony lecture. Okay, so first let's understand the significance and process of the blessing. So we all know that the blessing is a very important activity of um, the true parents. Not only important activity for true parents, but most especially very significant for God. Because this is the time na maibalik tayo kay God, and at the same time, yung commitment natin is hindi na lang yung centered on our individual likes, but it will be centered on the fulfillment of God's purpose and God's dream towards man and woman, centering on Adam and Eve in the very beginning. But it was not realized, kaya it was passed to us. Okay? So we all know that this is the time wherein uh, the original plan of God will be realized. The four position foundation centered in God. Because we started from the four position foundation not centered in God, but it's centered on Satan. Kaya nagkaroon tayo ng false love, false life, and false lineage. But what we always wanted is to develop what we call true love. Na pag sinabi nating true love is eternal, unchanging, and unconditional. And then establish true life wherein we can enjoy living together and we can be happy together and coexist together and co-develop together. And then true lineage na yung lahi natin hindi na yung manggaling kay God, kay Satan, I'm sorry, but it will become a purified lineage that is connected towards God, inheriting the love and the tradition that comes from God. And that can only happen through the true parents that will come to represent God to all humankind. That should happen 2,000 years ago, pero sad to say, hindi po siya nangyari. Okay? Kaya now, we are now in the era wherein we can receive once again and we can learn how we can be connected back to God. So, ito po yung process, blessing process. Actually, this is for both single and married couples, pero dito meron mga area kung saan hindi kailangan to ng married couples, just like the second stage. Okay? The engagement process is hindi na po ito kailangan. But for married couple, it will be going through the first and third stage. Yan po yung very important for married couples. First and third stage. Second stage, hindi na po because this is applicable for single who will be joining the matching and then receiving their partner, and after that they will be engaged. They will be engaged together, and once they engage, commit to really make God happy. That's the time that they will be preparing for the blessing. But for married couples, it should go through the candidates qualification, starting with education, and then application, and then after application, filling up the form for you to join the blessing, and then after that, you will be going to the blessing, to the third stage, preparing for the blessing. So yan po yung process for married couples. Pero itong three stages na to, this is for single who will be joining the matching. Okay? Yan. Pero ang gaya nga ng sinabi ko, second stage, ito lang yung hindi pwedeng gawin ng married couples because you are already married and you have to just go for a recommitment and just prepare for the blessing, and then after that, receive the education how to really raise our couple to become the true owner of the blessing and ultimately become the representative of God in front of our children. So, yan po, no? So, yun yung different stages. And then, if a blessed family does not realize the meaning of the blessing, it will be regretted for eternity. Because sabi ko nga kanina, di ba? This is the most awaited activity of God, wherein He will be the one to officiate or allow the relationship between man and woman centering on His representative here on earth, that it should be 2,000 years ago. It was Jesus Christ, pero hindi na-realize ni Jesus Christ because He was not able to get married. And only this time centering on the true parents, that they victoriously lay the foundation for them to inherit the blessing and at the same time expand the blessing and then multiply the blessing to all humankind so that all people will be reconnected back to God. Okay, and we are the fruit of the 6,000 years of God's history of finding person who will become victorious in bringing or expanding the lineage of God through receiving the blessing through the true parents. So yan po, kaya very important yung blessing na na-receive natin kasi ito na yung hope ni God, ito na yung hope ng humankind, and ito rin yung hope ng next generation, so that we can raise a purified lineage and a lineage that is free from original sin. Okay? So, ito yung plano ni God for the creation. Okay? And ultimately, the creation centering on Adam and Eve will unite together, will join together in matrimony of marriage. So the process of creation started with the creation of the archangel. And then after the spirit world was created centering on the leadership of the three archangels to substantialize the spiritual being, create ni God si Adam. And then when God looked at Adam as a lonely person living alone, he realized that he needed to create Eve to become the counterpart of Adam. That's why the first human ancestor that we have is no other than Adam and Eve. So centering on those three creation, okay, archangels stand as the admirer or helper for God. And they are destined to attend, protect, nurture Adam and Eve until they are ready to get married. So yun yung pinaka-purpose ng mga archangels. To guide, nurture, and protect Adam and Eve. And to attend them. And raise them to become responsible individual until they will get married. Okay? Pero ang dapat mag-officiate ng marriage nila Adam and Eve, it should be God. Why? Because Adam was created as God's beloved child. And also, he is God's body. And God dominates the spirit world and physical world through Adam. And Eve is also to develop and substantiate the ideal of God's love in horizontal plane as God's wife. So these are the position of the three center of creation. The three archangel, Adam, and Eve in the physical world. Okay? So God cannot dominate both the physical world and spiritual world without Adam. And the love of God cannot be expanded or substantialized without the presence of Eve. And that's the purpose why He created woman or Eve. Okay, so that is God's plan for the creation and most especially for marriage. So meaning, Adam and Eve, they should grow together and they should coexist together. And the reason for the existence of man and woman is a man and a woman are born for the sake of each other. Complement each other and to complete each other. Kaya nga sinabi niya doon, di ba? When two become one, you will not become two anymore, but you will just become one. The man will leave his family, and the woman will leave her family and join together with the husband, and they will live together as one. So a man and a woman are different from each other, both physically and in character. But even though they are different from each other, they are correlative harmony. They are in a correlative harmonious relationship together. So man and woman cannot accomplish their purpose without each other. Kaya we needed each other. Man cannot be called man without a woman. And a woman cannot be called woman without a man as a center of its as a point of reference for the gender understanding of a person. Kaya it's really important that man and woman should be together and should unite together. Okay, hindi po yung Adam and Steve. Okay? Or Jane and Carol together. Hindi po yung ganon. Okay? And once man and woman unite together, that's the time that they can develop. Okay? They can develop their love together. So Adam and Eve's love was to develop through the relationship with God in heart and with the natural world as their teacher. So they should have fully nurtured their love as brothers and sisters. Kaya nga kung titignan natin, during the teenage period, hindi naman talaga yun yung period of finding a person that is for my partner. Hindi pa yun yung panahon ng paghanap ng partner. Yun yung panahon to discover our personality by looking at each other as true brothers and sisters. Kasi we needed to understand different personalities through interacting with different people in our community. Kaya kung titignan natin, yung brothers and sisters sa loob ng bahay, pagdating ng teenage period, they needed to go out not to find a partner, But that is the time to discover different personalities so that from the family they can identify the different personalities that you can see in the community. And that will nurture their personality, that will nurture and develop their heart to live unconditionally for their eternal partner when they are ready to be engaged centering on God. Kaya kung titignan natin, ang relationship during that time is only should be together with God and with the natural world. Observing and living together with the natural world. And then living together as brothers and sisters. Wala po yung personal attachment. Kaya kung titignan natin, hindi po naayon yung mga nangyari sa ating kapaligiran ngayon. Na sinasabi nila na the reason why they in a teenage period is the reason why they needed to relate with each other is for them to find their partner. Hindi po. Because finding a partner is not our responsibility and it's not our duty. That is duty of and responsibility of the parents. Kaya kung titignan natin, hindi nila kailangan hindi nila kinakailangan na pagtuunan ng pansin na hanapin ng isa't isa. Because God prepared already Adam and Eve to become eternal partner. The only thing that they needed to do is to develop and nurture their love unconditionally towards each other as brothers and sisters until they will receive the blessing coming from God. So that is the plan of God. That is the original blueprint of man and woman. Now once they will nurture themselves and they will become mature enough to become responsible towards each other, that's the time that they will receive the blessing coming from God. And when they receive the blessing, that's the time that Adam and Eve will join together in matrimony, and that's the time that they can perfect their love together. Okay? Kaya nga sabi niya dito, the perfection of love through the marriage of Adam and Eve and the appearance of God's love on earth. So conjugal love is the representative or summary of all kinds of love that we can feel towards each other. Yun yung pinaka-conclusion ng lahat. Okay? Representative and summary ng lahat ng iba't ibang love. Child's love, parents' love, even yung love between parent and between the child and the parents, child towards the parents, between brothers and sisters. Okay? Kaya nga kung titignan natin, once we develop a true brothers and sisters, okay, before getting into marriage, we can adjust from one situation to another. Kaya hindi rin po tama yung sinasabi na yung mapapangasawa mo, it should be your best friend. No. It should be your true brother and sister. Kasi sa family, sa brother and sister, walang iwanan. Pero sa friend, minsan meron pang iwanan. Okay? Kaya nga kung titignan natin, ang in-nurture natin is hindi yung friends lang. Hindi yung friend zone lang. But it is a true brothers and sisters. And ultimately, we needed to receive a blessing coming from God so that we can start a family. Okay? So, original family and the perfection of ideal creation. So, the children are conceived when the conjugal, horizontal love of Adam and Eve is united with their vertical love with God. Kaya kung titignan natin, ang una nating i-develop is no other than connection to God. And then, with our connection to God, we can prove it through our horizontal relationship together. Okay? So, Adam and Eve stand in the position of horizontal parents to their children, and God stand in the position of vertical parents to the children. And the children are God's children as well as Adam and Eve's children. And that is the beginning point of God's blood lineage here on earth. Kasi, yung lahi ni God, yun yung minultiply, and at the same time, the goodness in God's heart, yun yung inherit nila Adam and Eve through the relationship together, and that is the one that they will multiply and they will offer to their children. So when God, vertical parents, and Adam and Eve, horizontal parents are united, then Adam and Eve are called true parents. So ito yung original plan ni God kina Adam and Eve. They should become the first true parents of humankind. Okay? And that's the time that once they stand as the true parents of humankind, the ideal of creation is accomplished through the establishment of a God-centered ideal family. So nagkaroon na sana ng ideal family in the very beginning of human history. Okay? Saan magsimula yon? It is through the marriage of Adam and Eve. And we all know that marriage of Adam and Eve is the perfection of God's ideal of creation here on earth. Okay? And the relationship of Adam and Eve, it is inseparable. And it is totally connected to God. Okay? So that is the blueprint of relationship of man and woman. Okay? The perfection of love of man and woman. And that can only be perfected through the matrimony of marriage. Kaya nga sabi niya dito, we cannot imagine the ideal spouse without first experiencing the relationship of brothers and sisters. Hindi naman lovers ang relationship ng babae at saka lalaki. But it will always be with brothers and sisters. Only after God's intervention of giving the blessing, that's the only time that the brothers and sisters will be transformed from brothers and sisters to husband and wife. Kaya nga lagi sinasabi ni Father na before God's blessing, we don't have any partner. We don't have any sexual organ yet. That can only be opened after we receive the blessing. So the first meeting of opposite sex is for a woman, it is her father and elder brother. But for a man, his mother and elder sister. Okay? That is within the family. And when they go out from the family, how they can do it? It is extended member of the family. Kaya ang tingin natin sa bawat isa is they are our aunties and uncle. They are extended family member that we have. Kaya nga sabi ni Jesus Christ, di ba? Brothers and sisters. Love God with all your heart, mind, and soul, and love your brothers as brothers and sisters. We should love one another as brothers and sisters. So when one meets a person of the opposite sex, one should feel towards that person as one does towards one father or mother, brother or sister. There should not be an emotion beyond brotherly and sisterly love towards the opposite sex. Yan. Kaya nga sa family, 'di ba? Naisip ba na yung kapatid ko will be my partner? Hindi naman eh. We have to respect kasi yan yung way of showing that we love our parents. No emotional attachment beyond brothers and sisters. No personal attachment, no clinging towards each other as a lover. Okay? So the love of man and woman is an extension of children's love and brotherly sister love. Children's love and brotherly sister love must develop fully before one's marriage. Yeah. Kaya nga lagi sinasabi na even when you think of a person with a lustful eye, you are already committing sin. That is the message that was given by Jesus Christ 2,000 years ago when we look at each other. Okay? That we needed to respect and protect each other as true brothers and sisters. Okay? So that is the relationship between man and woman. Now, we can only perfect the relationship after we receive the marriage ceremony or the blessing that we can join together as husband and wife through the blessing coming from God. Okay? So, bakit ganon? Bakit kinakailangan na i-perfect muna natin yung brother and sister love? Okay? Because pag sinabi natin spouse love or point of true love, that is what we call total investment. Okay? Ano ba yung total investment? Sabi nga nito, a husband should love and serve his wife and a wife should love and serve her husband. So, hindi one-way process. Hindi lang yung husband ang mag-serve sa wife, but the wife should also serve the husband. So, ibig sabihin, we have to live for the sake of each other for both husband and wife. Okay? Sabi nga ni Dave Willis, marriage is not 50-50. Because divorce is 50-50. Pag sinabi nating marriage is says to be 100 to 100. It is not splitting everything in half, but giving everything you got. Kaya nga sinabi niya, di ba? not not anymore two, but you will just become one. So hindi yung split into half, but it is a complete investment of 100% towards each other. And that is what we call relationship of true love. And what is the meeting point of that relationship of true love? It is no other than the sexual organ or the reproductive organ. Kaya kung titingnan natin, it is the most important of all organs. Why? Because it is the culminating point of conjugal love and the origin of love, life, and lineage. Pag sinabi nating love, it enables husband and wife to unite spiritually and physically. Okay? Joining together, okay, both internal and external. And pag sinabi nating life, creates life for the next generation, give opportunity for the next generation to enjoy living here on earth. And the lineage is inheritance of God's lineage to next generation, passing God's lineage to the next generation. So, ibig sabihin, sexual organ is the most holy place in all creation. To stain or abuse this organ is the terrible act of destroying God's ideal of creation. Kaya nga, within the 40 days, ito rin yung pinoprotektahan. Ito rin yung binavalue natin. Okay? Yung valuing sexual organ na hindi natin pwedeng gawin the way we like it, but we should respect it for 40 days. Kaya dun sa 40 days, diba, no leading towards connection of intimate sexual relationship. Okay? Yan. Kaya anong pinagbabawal within 40 days? No relationship of sexual act towards each other. Because we are in a mother and son position. Okay? So the conjugal relationship of love is allowed only between blessed husband and wife. Only God's blessing in marriage give conjugal love sanction. Why? It is because the inheritance of God's love, creatorship, and lordship. And marriage is the greatest blessing coming from God. Kaya ito yung isa sa mga pinaka-importante because this is the time that we will be receiving a blessing or authority to love, express our love with each other. Okay, not coming from our likes, but it comes from God's permission. Okay? So that is the blessing. Kaya, the blessing, the husband and wife can only be called husband and wife after they have completed all the ceremonies that is within the blessing ceremony itself. Okay? Yeah. So, this was not realized because of the fall of Adam and Eve. Okay? Bakit? Kasi nagkaroon ng unprincipled love. Ano ba yung unprincipled love? Nakipag-relate si Eve kay Lucifer and at the same time kay Adam. And si Adam din, instead na mag-stand siya into his position as the body of God, okay? He rejected or nagpadala siya doon sa kanyang emotion kay Eve. And because of that, nagkaroon din sila ng relationship. But that relationship is not mature enough to be responsible with each other. Kaya nangyari, Adam and Eve shared conjugal love while still they are immature. And sad to say, Eve, nagkaroon siya ng two husband. Okay, nagkaroon siya ng two relationship of conjugal love. Kasi kung titingnan natin, after na na-realize ni Eve na hindi pala dapat si Lucifer ang pagkakaroon niya ng emotion, personal emotion, it should be kay Adam. Kaya bumalik siya kay Adam. Kaya nagkaroon siya ng dual conjugal relationship of love. Kaya nga sinasabi, ang unang prostitute ay walang iba kundi si Eve, na yun yung namana natin na palit-palitan ng partner. Ano naging consequences? God, human being, and angels, and all things lost their original position and value because of the fall. And the failure of Adam and Eve's marriage destroyed true love, true family, and God's ideal of creation. Nagkaroon tayo ng tinatawag na spiritual fall and physical fall. Ano ba yung spiritual fall? We deviate from God's purpose. And physical fall, nawala ng value ang ating sarili. Even our dignity nawala ng value. Okay? Yan yung naging fruit ng fall of Adam and Eve. Kaya kung titingnan natin, because of the failure of Adam and Eve, we are waiting for us to be cleansed and be reconnected back to God. And that is the purpose of the providence of restoration. Okay? Anong restore? It is to restore the ideal of God's eternal love and to restore the original standard of the family that was lost in the Garden of Eden. Actually, nawalan nga tayo ng standard ng family. Even nawalan din tayo ng standard of relationship. Okay? Kaya through the providence of restoration, magkaroon ng original marriage center on God. And that's the time that human being can once again receive the blessing coming from God. Okay? Kaya anong significance and value of the blessing? Okay? Ang significance ito is for us to raise to become true parents and the beginning point of the tradition of the blessing. But in order for us to do that, we needed to be, ano yun? We needed to be engrafted to the true lineage. To the true men and true women who have received the true marriage coming from God. And that is no other than the true parents. That they will be the one to show us the standard of true marriage. Okay? Stand as true parents of humankind and they will start the tradition of blessing. Pag sinabi nating tradition of blessing, it is a commitment of a man and a woman that will become eternal in nature. Okay? Na hindi yung konting problema lang mag-away, but it is the model of coexistence and co-development between two different personalities of a man and a woman. Kaya sabi niya, the blessing ceremony of the Unification Church is not simply a wedding through which a man and woman come together and form a family. Until now, all weddings were solely for the sake of people getting married. But our wedding ceremony is significant and necessary to set a condition to indemnify the past and return joy to God. Therefore, we conduct our ceremonies in sacred and splendid manner. Divine principle clearly explain to us that our wedding ceremony alleviates God's bitter grief that was caused by the fall of Adam and Eve. So this is the word of our true parents regarding the blessing. So the blessing that we have received, that will give a chance to remove the bitterness of God's heart, the suffering heart of God, waiting for His sons and daughters to come back to His bosom. Yeah, when we receive the blessing, sabi ni God, yes, may hope na ako. Okay? And that is the purpose and that is the significance of the blessing that we have received. It is not just a simple ceremony of meeting together, but it is the purpose of healing the wound that God had experienced since the beginning of human history. Kaya kung titingnan natin, the value of the blessing is the most precious thing lost in the Garden of Eden. Ano yun? It is the removal of the lineage of God. Pero through the blessing, we can go back. We can connect back and we can recreate the lineage of God. Okay? Yan. So, through the long course of history, the central focus of God and the central concern of His heart was the establishment of His lineage and His children. Without His lineage, God cannot stand as the parent or owner of humanity and all creation. So, ito yung pinakaantay ni God. May engraft ulit tayo sa kanyang lineage through the true parents. And that's the time that we can own the lineage of God. And not only that, we can own the whole universe. We can take care and we can really become the true owner. Kaya nga sabi niya, dominion over the creation. May babalik lang yan through receiving the blessing coming from God. So the original purpose of marriage is to inherit God's love, creatorship, and lordship through the true parents. Without true parents, there has been no way to inherit everything of true parents. Therefore, we can say there is no true marriage. So, true marriage became impossible after the establishment of true parents who became one with God in heart. And kaya very, very lucky tayo because we can receive the blessing directly through the true parents. Pero later on, hindi na sina true parents magbigay ng blessing, but it will be, once many people will stand as a owner of their tribe, that's the time that they will multiply the blessing that true parents have given to us. And that is the role of all blessed families, to expand the foundation that our true parents have laid in a cosmic level. We will bring it into a tribal and national level together. So until today, Satan controlled the sphere of love. Therefore, marriage became the entrance to hell instead of entrance to the heavenly kingdom. So meeting true parents is the most important event in our life. So we are very lucky because we can still meet true parents through the true mother at the moment. Okay? So what therefore is the significance of the blessing after knowing the value? So the blessing of marriage originally would have been given at the time of the fulfillment of one's responsibility. That is being written to Genesis 2:17. Okay? But ano ba yung responsibility? It is being written in Genesis 1:28. Okay? Be fruitful, multiply, and have dominion. Okay? Yan. So, dapat ma-fulfill nila even if yung completion level and perfection level so that they can totally receive the blessing. But the fall occurred by marriage centered on Satan at the top of the growth stage. Restoration is accomplished by marriage centered on God at the top of the growth stage. And the blessing is the meaning of rebirth rather than original marriage. Okay? Originally, that should be the original marriage of Adam and Eve, but because of the fall, that is our rebirth. Okay? Ipapanganak muli tayo, and we can continue our growth until we can reach the level of perfection and completely one with God, together as a couple, together with our children, as in our children. So, ito yung nangyari. Okay? At the top of the growth stage, nagkasala si Adam and Eve and na bumaba sila lower than the formation stage. Okay, we needed to separate from Satan. And after we separate from Satan, that's the time that we can receive the blessing. And the blessing is not original marriage, but it is the beginning point for us to be engrafted to God's lineage. And that is what we call rebirth. That is the liquidation of the original sin. Kaya conditionally, original sin is being removed and our relationship is not anymore being claimed by Satan, but it is being offered to God. So the only thing that we needed to do is to substantialize it and do it in substance together as a couple and then as a family. So through the blessing, we can stand the position to inherit true love from true parents as their children and establish a relationship of parent and child, parents and children. So true parents take eternal responsibility for blessed members, taking care of them and instructing them even in the spiritual world. So after true parents offered our blessing, okay, sila na yung responsible sa atin. But even though true parents is responsible sa atin, we still needed to fulfill our responsibility by overcoming our differences and making our relationship really become an eternal acceptance of joy and happiness by living together as a true husband and wife. Okay? So yun na rin yung beginning point of the change of blood lineage. Na yun yung sinabi ni Jesus Christ in the book of John chapter 3 verse 3. Truly, truly, I say to you, unless one is born anew, he cannot see the kingdom of heaven. So, through changing our blood lineage, through receiving the blessing, through our true parents, that's the time that we can establish a new relationship as a parent and child to God, being bridged by the true parents. Okay? Yan. So we must be born anew from sinless parents to become a sinless children of God. And we call the sinless parents no other than true parents. It should be Jesus Christ 2,000 years ago, but he was not able to receive the blessing from God to build a God-centered family because it was not being prepared. That's why he needed to come again to substantialize a God-centered family, to show us a model how we could reestablish a better relationship as a man and woman until we can build a God-centered family together. And that is the significance of the blessing. Okay? Changing of blood lineage, removal of the original sin, and then rebirth and receiving the blessing to develop a God-centered marriage. And that will give us an authority to continue our growth until we can accomplish the ideal of creation and we can completely become one with God. So that is the plan of God through the true parents giving us rebirth and giving us a opportunity to be reconnected or to be ano yun, engrafted to be connected to God's lineage. Kaya ito yung mga iba't ibang steps that we have to go through. Number one is Holy Wine Ceremony. Pag sinabi natin Holy Wine Ceremony, this is internal change of blood lineage. Forgiveness of all past sin based on our confession. Kaya nga, it's important that we have to confess everything so that we can start a new beginning. And then after Holy Wine Ceremony, that is the Blessing Ceremony, wherein within the Blessing Ceremony, nandiyan yung Holy Water, True Parents Prayer, that offering everything to God, and then recitation of blessing vow, commitment of husband and wife in front of God through our true parents, and then true parents proclaim that this is now being owned by God. Okay? The commitment of man and woman is being offered to God. And that will also give opportunity for God to look at us as His sons and daughters. Okay? And that is the blessing ceremony. After blessing ceremony, we have to go through indemnity ceremony. Indemnity condition for the misuse of love. Ito yung tinatawag na tanggam ceremony. Okay? And indemnity condition to remove historical resentment between men and woman. Kaya nga yung tanggam ceremony, that is the first and last hit. Okay? And no more hitting after that, but there should be a proper relating with each other as true man and true woman. And ultimately, okay, separation period or sanctification period, restore invaded growing period, brothers and sisters relationship of Adam and Eve, restore lost engagement period after the Holy Wine Ceremony, mother and son relationship. Kaya within this period, no romantic love, but both husband and wife, man and woman should focus on vertical relationship with God. So we needed to set a condition to understand God's word through continuously reading God's words through the speeches of true parents. And then after the separation period is the 3 days ceremony. This is the external change of blood lineage, wherein in the Garden of Eden, Adam and Eve and the archangel. But after the blessing, it is the Messiah, wife, the woman will become the wife of the Messiah, and the husband is the restored archangel. Okay? And within this 3 day ceremony, that is the transition from mother and son to husband and wife. Because man will be reborn as a new son. Okay? From the woman. And then after that, he will be raised to become a good husband to the wife and to become a good husband to the children. And after the 3 day ceremony, pagka magkaroon pa ng anak, all children will be born without the original sin. And they are called to be the second generation of God's lineage. God purified lineage. Okay? Yan. Kaya mag-iba ang lahi, even the way they look, the way they act, it will be different from the ordinary children that we have. Okay? Yeah, so that is the blessing ceremony. So giving us opportunity to start a new beginning, start a new lineage, and start to fulfill our portion of responsibility as sons and daughters of God in front of our children and in front of other people. So yan yung purpose ng blessing. Okay? And that is the fulfillment as well of the family for position foundation centering on God. So God's will be aligned. We will be aligned towards God's will. And then husband and wife relationship will not be anymore till death do us part, but till life after death do us part. And parents will become the model towards the children, establishing a parent and child relationship eternally. And that is the recovery of the family foundation of God. May establish muli yung pamilya ni God, centering on us. Okay? So magkaroon ulit ng hope, ng model si God dito sa mundo. That should be done by Adam and Eve 2,000 years ago. But because of the fall, it was passed to our generation nowadays. And so that we could continue our growth and continue to live in accordance to God's purpose, we have to follow these 3 laws of heaven. Number 1 is don't stain your blood lineage. So after we receive the blessing, we should maintain to only relate with our partner, with our husband, with our wife. Okay? So do not stain your blood lineage means don't misuse love once again. And this is the first article of the Constitution of the Kingdom of Heaven, that we will not stain our blood lineage. We will develop a one man and one woman relationship. No more extras. Okay? Yan. So pag sinabi natin don't stain your blood lineage, this means don't fall. Don't have emotional feeling with another person anymore. But we should concentrate with developing our relationship together as man and woman to become the model to our children. So nandiyan yung don't touch, don't look, and don't think. And that should be the mindset that we have so that we can live in what we call chunilguk environment. Number 2 is don't abuse others' heart. Okay? The second point is not to infringe upon human right or do not misuse human right. Pag sinabing don't abuse other hearts, do not violate human right. Right to enjoy, wag nating i-violate. So there should be no exploitation, no discrimination, no physical abuse, and no murder. We have to give opportunity for other people to experience God's heart and God's love and express it unconditionally. Okay? Yeah. Third is don't misuse public property or centering on public money. The third point is to refrain from stealing public money. It means not to use public fund to fulfill selfish desire. Kaya nga, usually after the blessing, number 1 is we should go away from vices. Number 2 is go away from any extra relationship or extra emotional feeling with another person. And at the same time, we should respect each other and protect the environment. Okay? So do not misuse public money means protecting the environment and using everything based on public purpose because there is no such thing as personal purpose. Okay, nandiyan ang public fund, public property, protecting the environment, no corruption, no stealing, and no pollution. So we should not pollute the environment because once we will pollute the environment, that is also one way of misusing public property. Okay? And so that we could live centered on God, okay? And we should practice a God-centered life. We as blessed family, we should do this tradition at home. Number 1 is establish a prayer room or altar in a corner of our house and then hang in true parents photo in a prominent place wherein you can pray, you can gather together as one family, and then you can do hondoke every day or what we call family meeting, okay, either in the morning or in the evening, and then pledge of commitment, okay, yan. Pledge of commitment is recitation of the family pledge, yung 8 points of family pledge during morning service and until and every first day of the month. And then also we should continuously offer prayer during during birthing. Okay, pag ipapanganak yung anak, we should continuously offer a prayer until the time na ipapanganak yung anak, yung baby, lumabas yung baby. And also after na lumabas yung baby, we have to count 8 days and 103 days to dedicate them and offer them to God. Na hindi lang tayo ang kanilang magulang, but it is first and foremost God. So that is the tradition of a blessed family. Okay? And for a public activity, this is the tradition of blessed family. Okay, attend Sunday service, and children should attend Sunday school. Okay, giving tithes, Thanksgiving donation, holiday donation, special donation. Continuous education, either through Chongpyong or continuous receiving, attending seminars. Okay, and also different workshop that we needed to enlighten or to continuously refresh our connection to God, and then joining divine principle workshop, and then doing witnessing or even witnessing to a 430 by distributing True Parents autobiography, either True Mother and True Father's autobiography, and then fulfillment or restoring 430 families to develop our own tribe. So, ito yung mga public activities that we needed to do, because after we receive the blessing, it is our responsibility to expand and multiply it our to the families surrounding us, so that we can protect the future, our next generation, and we can establish a peaceful environment for the growth and development of our children. So, ito yung pattern na ginawa ni fathers. Starting from their marriage, okay, they multiplied to their children and then expanded to the people. Okay, from 36 couple in 1960, 124, 430, 777, 1,800 or 1,800 couples, hanggang nagkaroon ng 6,000 couples, 6,500, 30,000 couples in 1992, 360,000 couples 1995, and 3.6 and 40 million couples in 1997. And hindi lang po dyan nagtapos, ngunit nagkaroon pa ng continuous expansion or multiplication of God's blessing through single and married couples. Kaya nagkaroon tayo ng renewal of marriage vow. Okay? Ang mga couples pwedeng mag-renew so that they can reconnect their commitment to God and then start a new life as a couple centering on God's purpose and God's plan. So that is the way so that we can make our blessing become meaningful and we can really fulfill God's purpose as a man and woman inheriting the tradition of true love from our true parents. So with that, I hope na you have learned something from it and we could stand together as the hope of God and give opportunity for next generation to start a new beginning of life. Magandang hapon, magandang gabi po sa ating lahat.
Wow! Amazing po. Maraming salamat po, Dr. Andy, for beautiful presentation about the value and significance of the blessing. I hope that all our participants here in the Zoom, as well as in YouTube, have learned something and have somehow under deeper this time the value and benefits of the blessing. For I know that you already have such a lecture prior to receiving the blessing, which that is why you are here now and are on your way of accomplishing for the day verification. So yeah, congratulations nga pala. Because too soon you're gonna be joining on our community as blessed families. So yeah, at this juncture, of course, we will be hearing some reflection from our audience. So yeah, may I call on? Ay, sandali. Pala muna, we will have to have our picture taking. Come on. May I request everybody, kindly open camera kasi na po sa background. How are you doing, everyone? Yeah, please, I would ask you kindly po ng camera, ng picture. Oh, si hindi po la Paul at si Monet at si James Milan. Ganda naman ng mga pangalan nitong dalawang okay, so yeah, can you give everybody our best smiles for the night? Yeah, smile. Hana, doll, set. Pero sorry po, kayo po titik. Sige po. Then, please give me hearts. Yes. Heart. And sa Hilagi sinang. Himuragi. Oh no. And 2020. Yes. Thank you so much po. Pasensya po. Yun. For a while. Maraming salamat po sa ating mga participants. Although na alam ko po na iba, pagod po, pareho po tayong lahat. However, you still give time to attend. Thank you very much, lalo na itong couple nila, Sir Monet at saka si Ma'am Monet at saka Sir James, si Sir Paul at saka si Ma'am Daisy. Saka sino ba sina I couldn't memorize everybody. Jen Flory, of course, is here. I'm very sure about it. And itong ibang natin couple, hindi ko masyadong memorize ang mga name. Pasensya na po. So, at this point, we will be hearing your reflection kung ano patungkol po doon sa ating presentation for this evening. So, I hope that you can somehow share also kasi we're very excited about your insight about it. Please allow me to close my camera for a while. Yeah, so I wanted to call on first the couple of Paul and Daisy. So, Paul, please take it away. It's your turn for your reflection.
Good evening po sa lahat.
Good evening.
So, ayun po, reflection for today's presentation. Yan. This, actually, itong experiences, especially nandito, especially ngayon, mga experiences namin since we are, parang through this blessing kasi parang ito yung way namin na maibalik yung connection namin kay Heavenly Father tsaka kay True Parents. Kasi after we nagsama and na busy sa mga trabaho or sa kanya-kanyang So through this seminar, actually itong blessing po talaga is na nakatulong sa amin na maibalik yung connection na nawala. Especially kay True Parents. Although na may mga relatives kami dito, may tita ako, may kapatid si Daisy dito sa movement, still bigay pa rin sila ng mga advices and some teachings ni True Parents. Pero mas maganda pa rin talaga yung nakaka-attend ng seminar, especially na nakaano kami ng blessing, bumalik kami, and yung after, syempre yung iba yung feeling na after the blessing is iba talaga yung mga experiences na dumarating din sa amin after the blessing. So mas nai-inspire kami, yung parang yung mga teachings ni True Father parang bumabalik sa amin na syempre na namin nung nasa IPLC pa lang kami, and bumabalik sa amin lahat yung teaching ni True Father. So yung fall, so yun, binabalik namin yun, yung anong mga pagkakamali namin na nagawa namin ng wife ko. So through this blessing, sana tuloy-tuloy na po ito. So, thank you po.
Thank you so much, Paul. So po, yeah, I know that you're inspired and you're now on your process of 40 days purification of this movement. But I know sometimes, I hope sometimes, we're very excited to hear in particular what are those experiences that you have. I also hear the same thing with those HTM have conducted, that they have their own personal experience with some spiritual experiences, which of which is I hope meron din po. Yeah, thank you so much. So at this point, I will be hearing from our couple of Mamonet and Sergey. So let us give them a bird a round of applause and welcome. Welcome po, Mamonet
Hello
and
po. Good evening.
James Toshis po.
Ah,
Yung narinig lang po namin yung ano, na
about
medyo na-late kami eh.
about sa magiging brothers and sisters, parang larang tumibay.
Sabi doon, nalaman namin na hindi pala muna, sa mag-asawa, hindi daw muna, yung lovers, yung,
Or friend.
kailangan
Kaibigan.
brothers and sisters na muna. Pero after, kaya kailangan mayroong blessing para lalong maging matatag, tsaka parang yung blessing, parang yun yung nag-renew sa relationship ninyo eh, yung true blessing. Tapos, ano pa?
Wala akong masyado maano eh.
Yun. At saka ano daw, after daw ng blessing, yung mga magiging siblings daw, yung mga magiging anak ng mag-asawa, ano daw, mawawala yung original sins. Kumbaga, dahil kina Adam at Eve, nagkaroon tayo ng sins, kaya tayo nagkakaroon ng blessing para marinyo yung relationship natin. Tsaka para mawala na yung original sins para kapag nagkaanak tayo, para sa mga susunod na generation, clean yung natin, yung sins natin. Ano pa?
Yan lang po.
Madagdagan.
Yun lang.
Yun lang daw.
Yan lang po.
Alright, maraming salamat po. Yeah. Thank you so much. Yeah. Maraming salamat po dun sa takeaway ninyo for the evening po. And I hope and look forward na yun pong kasi kumusta na ba yung yung purification ninyo? I hope that you guys are nag-continue pa po nito, and then we can really fulfill and realize the 3-day ceremony para po mas ma-value na po natin. However, if we notice at the end of the presentation, meron po pang dinagdag si Kuya doon kung what kind of family tradition dapat meron pamantayan ng pamilya, dapat meron tayo magkaroon. So I hope na nare-remember natin, or kung meron man tayong gustong malaman pa more about it, you can freely text doon sa group chat natin. And I really believe that this is not the end. I hope that you can continue with 2 other levels that we're going to have as married couples para po mas makaka-share po kami sa inyo ng mas marami pa pong pwede nating we can learn from sa pasensya po. We can learn from in maintaining and nurturing our husband and wife relationship after the siblings. Yeah. Thank you so much po. So, supposedly at this point, we should be having our we should be having our graduation ceremony. So, Kuya Randy, ano po ba yung shall we proceed na po?
Opo. Go na po.
Ang dami ko pong my goodness. So, shall we balik po tayo as in simple po tayong or diretso na lang tayo, presentation na lang, or we will be having our formal program po.
Kahit yung simple program na lang tayo. Huwag na masyadong
Sige. Alright. So, since we already have done our first level of the online education program for married couple, so I would like on behalf of the family department and of course our lecturer and co-lecturers, we will be. I would like to congratulate our warmest congratulations to all our participants. Of course, the couple of Paul and Daisy, the couple of Monet and James, the couple of course, then Flory, who is with us, who's been constantly been with us, and the two other couples that have. I'm sorry, I couldn't memorize their names, but yeah, I would like to congratulate all of us once again. So for this, really, para po matunghayan natin to formally recognize all of you for this particular ceremony, I would like to request our very own one leaders of the Family Federation for World Peace and Unification at the present moment, to kindly start the ceremony with a prayer. Kuya Julius po, please, when I opening prayer for our ceremony. Thank you. Ito po si Kuya.
Hello, sis.
Yes, Kuya.
Hello, sis.
Yes, Kuya.
Narinig, ano yung gagawin ko?
Mag-closing na po tayo kaya
Closing prayer.
Graduation ceremony. No, graduation ceremony na po tayo. So, kahit nag-opening prayer na tayo ngayon, for our closing ceremony or graduation ceremony, we will start it again all over with a prayer po. That is coming from you po.
Opening prayer.
Thank you po. Opo, for the ceremony. Thank you po.
Please join me in prayer. Our loving Heavenly Parent and victorious true parents of heaven, earth, and humankind, good evening. Today, we conclude our 6 days married couples seminar, and we are so grateful for everything that these couples had received, the divine principle and the blessing that we have understood our responsibilities as married couples receive the blessing from our true parents, that we have to protect and not stain this lineage and continuously grow towards maturity, that we could ultimately become your true sons and daughters. And we are so grateful for our true parents who bestowed to us the blessing and everything for us to really inherit your true love, true life, and true lineage. And this is really the precious gift for all of us to receive this blessing that could remove our original sin and enable us to renew ourselves back to your original standard. And it is really everyone's desire, and that has been your uh, longing, that everyone would come back to your bosom and join with you in your kingdom in eternal happiness. And that would have been our desires. And only this time that we have our true parents, that we could be able to understand everything about your will, about the purpose of creating the universe with human beings as the center. And we have to strive hard that we could be able to fulfill our part to contribute to our building, towards building your substantial kingdom here on earth, centering on our true parents. And this moment, we are to end our lecture, our session, with also having our um, graduation for these couples who really, despite of their busy schedules, strive to finish and be able to really be able to get everything for this seminar, that they could make that as their basis, their guide in their day-to-day life as blessed couples who receive blessing from our friends. Again, we thank you for this moment. We thank you for uh, this this time that we'd be able to finish our 6 days seminars with all these couples that that has this their desires to really learn everything about our traditions, and especially how we could maintain our our purity in our day-to-day family life. Again, we offer our session, this prayer and report, my name and my wife's name, Julie Santana, Escalator Central Basic Family. Aju.
Aju, Aju. Aju, thank you so much po, Kuya, for the beautiful prayer po that you have. So, yeah, at this moment, ako na po ang mag welcome sa ating lahat for this very meaningful moment that we have together. For having been able to accomplish our days education online education program. And as I have said, I have mentioned earlier, it is just but the beginning, and then we are looking forward to give you more. So I hope that you can with us for this two more levels that we prepare for all of you. And this is the only way we can extend to you our love and our gratitude to your parents as well. For we are profoundly grateful having you with us and learn along with us. And then together we can be participants of the building of the Holy Community. So, yeah, thank you so much. And once again, welcome po. At this point, we will be hearing another reflection, of course, from Jen Flory as a finale po for this 6 days online married couple education program that we have that she is participating. So, my dear brothers and sisters, please help me welcome with a virtual round of applause, Miss Jean Flory. Welcome, ma'am.
Hello po, good evening. Ah,
Good evening,
yung,
ma'am.
yung reflection ko po today, yung sa value of blessing. Napaka-importante ng blessing. So, napaka-deep nung ni-lecture ni Sir Randy kasi hindi naman po usually talaga to pinag-aaralan or tinuturo sa iba. So, sa nakasanayan po natin, yung culture natin, yung tradition natin na basta pagmahal nyo yung bawat isa, magpapakasal, then form a family, then pag may hindi na pagkasunduan, maghihiwalay na, which is hindi tama. So more on emotional feelings lang yung nakasanayan natin before. So yung gusto nga ni true parents ngayon, yung value ng blessing na dapat ito yung ma-establish natin, maka-establish tayo ng God-centered family, which is ito yung nawala sa atin ngayon. Na ang gusto ni true parents, hindi lang siya just a simple wedding, pero yun nga, gusto niya mag-establish tayo or maibalik natin yung nawala sa atin noon. Yun lang po. Thank you.
All right, amazing! It's for your beautiful reflection, Miss Jean Flory, and I'm looking forward that in the future. Of course, we are very certain that you'll be having soon, preparing for your possible partners. So yeah, we're looking forward that you can also be participating. So for our married couples, once again, yeah, congratulations. I know that you yourselves have your own experiences. So yeah, and as I would like to reiterate, yeah, this is just but the beginning. So I hope that you can really together for another sessions for us to learn more, and then our expression of gratitude to have parents, especially our which is willing and very ever um hungry to share to you whatever um he has learned, and yeah, we have learned from our two parents. So at this juncture, we will be, Kuya, pasensya po talaga because I wasn't able to prepare yet your certificate. So I think this one is to follow. But yeah, for we will be definitely connecting to in our group chat, and yeah, we will be sending it to you respectively. So at this point, we will be hearing inspirational message once again from our very own lecturer. So, dear brothers and sisters, please help me welcome with a virtual round of applause our very own Dr. Randy Ami.
Hello, magandang gabi po sa lahat. So,
Gabi po.
yeah, we might be ending the 6 days, but like what I always say, this is not the end of everything, but this is just the beginning of how you can release. Hindi lang how, but it is the beginning of you saying to God that I've learned something and I wanted to practice it. Okay? So meaning, natapos na yung seminar, pero this is the beginning of actual life journey that we have. Realizing and actualizing whatever things that we have learned, whatever things that we have realized during the course of our seminar. So eto na yung time na, kumbaga, eto yung OJT natin. OJT na lahat ng natutunan natin, lahat ng naintindihan natin is hindi lang natin ilagay sa isipan, sa puso, ngunit kinakailangan nating isagawa. And patunayan kay Satan na we are really completely one with God. We are truly the sons and daughters of God. So what I would say is congratulations for finishing the theoretical training, but good luck and enjoy your journey into the actualization of the things that you've learned. So practicum is eto na yung hindi na lang to for 6 days, but this is a longer period of time until you will receive again another series of seminar to elevate your understanding and most especially elevate your connection to God and true parents. So, alam ko hindi ito yung last nating pagkikita, but like what I've said, this is just the beginning of how much we have really practiced what we have learned, most especially the tradition, okay, the tradition and how much we have really connect and practice yung three heavenly law that we needed in our lives so that we could continuously be connected to God and true parents. Okay? And most especially sa mga married couple na nandito, na nandito ngayon, it's really important that we needed to set yung 3 days ceremony lecture nyo before the end of the 40 days. Para na sa ganun, after 40 days, you can just proceed with your 3 days ceremony after. So, yeah, we will still be organizing that after this one. So, we needed to continuously monitor our group chat kasi that will still be the place wherein we could send to you or give you some information when would it be and when we could convene again for your 3 day ceremony lecture. Okay? Yan. So during that time hindi pwede mag-join si Jin muna. Kasi kumpletuhin mo ni Jin yung application niya for the blessing para sa ganon she will be receiving the proposed match and ultimately be receiving the blessing with the proposed match. So with that, brothers and sisters, like what I've said, congratulations and success to your new journey in life. So meron tayong additional assignment to practice what we have learned today. So magandang gabi po sa lahat.
Magandang gabi.
Maraming salamat po. And let's give our ready a virtual round of applause once again. So, ako po talaga ay nais po humingi po umanhin because at this very moment, ang dami ko pong kulang yung marami akong kasalanan. Kailan ko po na i-prepare yung inyong mga certificates. Kasalukuyan po pong ginagawa. And then, I myself do not have my laptop. Kaya, ayun, hindi ako nakapag-share. And I look forward that this will be forwarded to you prior to your 3 days ceremonial lecture. Or yeah, right after. Yeah, because I'm sure after 3 days ceremony, you will be also given a certificate, right, Kuya? For the completion of the 3 ceremonies. So I think I look forward that we can really do that together. And this is something that we have to do. This is something that I have to really look into. And pasensya na po. So siguro at this point, we will just be wala kasi po akong may present na certificate. So is it okay if we will just close the night, Kuya?
Sige po, te. Well, we'll just
Okay.
recognize yung mga graduates natin. Recognition of those
Okay,
who
so
finishes the 3 days, the married couples 6 days series seminar.
all right. So at this juncture, we will be recognizing our graduates. Kuya, itong dalawa lang at saka si Jean Flory, yung dalawa sa na tubaya.
Kompleto po ba yung kwan? Yung They
Wait a
still,
minute
we can still recognize them. Yung
po. Sandali
dalawa
po.
na kwan.
I will try to check their names in group chat because po ah hindi ko po wait. Okay, so my dear brothers and sisters, once again, we'll be recognizing successfully graduating or finishing the 6 days online married couple uh, lectures. First, na po natin recognize and we will give them a virtual round of applause. Ang couple po ni Ma'am Monet at saka Sir James Milan. So, we'll give them a virtual round of applause. Congratulations. And then, ito din po si ang Paul kina Paul at saka ni Daisy na. We'll give them recognizing. Thank you so much. Congratulations for successfully finishing the 6 days online couple seminar. And then for the couple of Philip, if I'm not mistaken, Philip. Siya po, ang couple din na ay, yeah, congratulations din po for successfully having accomplished the 6 days. Yun na po yata ang nailaman. And of course, Miss Jen Flory for joining us is very beautiful 6 days online couple seminar po. Thank you so much and congratulations for successfully joining us and for consistently being with us all the way from day 1 to day 6. And to the rest po, on behalf of our Blessed Family Department and on behalf din po sa ating um, lecturer po, we are expressing our profound gratitude for your patience and for your attendance all the time. Rest assured that your certificates will be duly signed by our lecturer and then our national BFD director, Mrs. Tol Cipriano. So thank you so much. I hope that we can see you again and we can set the 3-day ceremony and you can really be with us and we will definitely be giving you all your certificates at that time. So yeah, at this juncture, thank you so much and congratulations once again. So yeah, at this juncture, by the way, I would like to thank Mr. Francis Mides for having been with us also all the time from day 1 to today, and then for following up all our participants to be joining both in YouTube and in here in the Zoom. So thank you, Francis. And also to our Kuya Julius for consistently being here with us also. Thank you so much. So for us to close the night, I would like to request parang benediction prayer na din po our very own lecturer or source speaker for the closing prayer for this evening session and for this level 1 the level 1 6 days level 1 online divine prince I mean married couple lectures. So Kuya Randy po, please with
Please
us
humid
please
prayer.
do the prayer.
Our most beloved Heavenly Parents, victorious true parents of heaven, earth, and humankind, as we conclude our 6 days married couples education, I pray, Father, that this uh, um, the attendees could really feel your heart, feel your love, and they could really feel the importance of transforming ourselves, changing ourselves, and um, leaving the past and starting a new beginning, and standing in front of you as a with a firm thought and firm commitment that we could give hope and we could give opportunity for you to feel the presence of your children and to once again see the beauty of the creation that you have created. So, Father in heavens, we are so grateful, we are so thankful, Father, for your unconditional love. Though we have so many, though we have still some shortcomings and limitation, but still you are giving this opportunity for us to receive your heart, receive your love, and without anything in return, but just you just want to express everything for us to feel your love. Thank you, Father, for this opportunity that we could come together and we could receive your guidance. We could receive your unconditional love and warm embrace through this 6 days series education for our married couples and for our blessing candidate. And I pray, Father, that through this we could really uh, share more and we could really enhance more our relationship together and to really build a stronger bond towards you, towards becoming your sons and daughters, and feel um, to become victorious in liberating your heart and giving opportunity to for us to become your true sons and daughters. So, Father in heaven, we're so grateful and we're so thankful for everything. And as we make our commitment to substantialize everything that we have learned, I pray, Father, that you could always be there to be with us and enjoy living together with us and experience our love and life together, and we could make everything become so meaningful not only for us but we'll be passing it to the next generation. So, Father in heaven, I know that this is not the beginning, this is not the end of everything, but this is just the beginning of a new life, new love, and reconnecting our lineage back to your bosom. Thank you, Father, for um, giving us the gift of life and continuously giving us a opportunity to experience your heart and share your love to our brothers and sisters. And I pray, Father, that as we do our portion of responsibility, we could invite more people to join us and learn and listen, and most especially understand your heart and your love so that we could raise more people to be aware and to become uh, your champion of bringing victory for you and for two parents. Thank you, Father. May you please accept all of these things as we offer and report this in our name, Randy and Ria, my blessed family. Jew. Jew.
Jew. Jew. So thank you so much for
True.
everyone. Yeah, it's a good baby nito. Maraming salamat po sa ating lahat. And again, I look forward na magkita-kita pa tayo ulit in the next session, the next level po ng ating education series. So there will be it will be announced to you, and I hope that you can continuously participate po. Yeah, and I really look forward that we can really become partners in building the ideal community where we can also raise our children, make our children be cured, and live in harmony together with brothers and sisters. So once again, maraming salamat po. Let us have our final picture taking. Kindly open all of our camera. Everyone. Yan, very good. This is the boy, Paul and Daisy. Isa lang ba yan? Naghanap ba? Isa pa lang ba yan?
Isa lang
Isa
po,
lang.
isa lang po.
Okay, susunod dito
After
ay
3D ceremony,
yes.
madagdagan na yan.
Adju na, matagal na yan. So, sino ba? Please open your camera, Miss January, Mr. and Mrs. Yon.
Okay.
Yan. So, kuya, pasensya po. I really have asked you na ikaw po ang mag-picture. Pasensya po.
Okay.
Salamat, kuya.
Okay. Give your best smile. Another set. Picture. Okay. Okay. One more time. Okay. Give your best smile. Okay. Okay, small heart. Okay. Baragi Sinang. Last but not the least, Songni Vision 2027. Songni. Thank you.
Maraming salamat sa lahat. At yeah, see you next time in the other series. We're going to have those 2 and 3. So yeah, maraming salamat and congratulations everyone. Let us all keep
Thank
safe
you.
and
Thank you.
friends.
Good
I will
night.
request Ate Sylvia and Kuya
Thank you,
Julius to
Randy.
please remain for
Sige.
the meeting po.
Sige po.
Okay,
Maraming
good night
salamat, Paul and
everybody.
Daisy.
Thank you po.
Goodbye,
See you next
Good
time.
night.
See you next
Paul,
time. Yeah.
Daisy,
Thank you po.
okay,
Salamat.
sina
Thank you.
Mamonet,
With
saka Sir James.
energy. Maraming
Good
salamat
night
And
po.
po.
congrats.
And
Congratulations.
congratulations
And
everyone.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
okay, so yeah, congratulations Ate Sylvia, Kuya Julius. You became part na ng you
Congrats.
became part na ng Merit Education. Actually, ito na yung magiging ano natin, ito na yung magiging isa sa mga program natin sa UPTA.
Okay.
Merit Education, Merit Couples Education, and also inaano pa namin, ina-arrange pa namin ni Ate Dulce kasi bumabalik yung pagkatapos ma-educate ng NTC, National Education Department, yung mga couples, yung mga blessing candidate, kung kinakailangan na we will do again re-education, we will be going back to that. Anyway, it will be discussed tomorrow ate sa meeting natin kasi Reverend Hori wanted really to strengthen yung divine principle education leading towards the blessing. That would be the center of our discussion tomorrow during the meeting. So I will still be there tomorrow during the meeting natin sa cluster. Cluster bukas. 10 o'clock
Sige po.
bukas.
Po, kuya po.
So, yun. And also, because of the ano tawag nun? Hindi ka na sinasabi na because of the victory and success of the 3 days academic education in Zamboanga Peninsula, we will be catering that as part of the program ng UPTA. So we'll be looking forward for us to handling the values education program in Zampen. Okay. And
Wow. Thank you po.
and also one thing that we will be looking forward is we are now organizing a one day continuous education for universal principle with PSA. I already submitted a one-day program to Ma'am Del Prado, and once na makausap niya yung 12 main department heads ng PSA, he will be the first one who will be attending that one day. We are looking forward for a Saturday schedule. So
Wow, we are very
still be one stress management, but based on universal principle perspective na stress management. Kasi yung reflection ng mga participants during that time is akala daw nila is simpleng ano lang yung stress, but marami palang pinanggagalingan ng stress na nag-ugat lang, tapos nagkaroon lang ng emotional impulse during the time of nagkaroon ng reaction during the time na nagmanifest yung emotional presentation ng emotional interaction during that time na nagkaroon ng misunderstanding dun sa situation. So nagkaroon sila ng deeper understanding about stress, and yun nga, they requested na every time na meron silang meeting, we should give some presentation to them para sa magkaroon naman ng enlightenment sa kanila. Okay? Sila na mismo yung nag-request na sabi nga, depende yun kay Ma'am Del Prado, pero sabi ni Ma'am Del Prado, kung gusto nyo, talaga magagawa natin ang paraan. Kaya lang naman inaantay ko, sabi ni Ma'am. Kaya that would be one also of the things that we will be doing. And yun nga, isa ring goal namin ni Ma'am Del Prado is we'll be tying up with the HR ng PSA para sa moral recovery, para magkaroon ng transformation yung moral ng PSA from the traditional moral to a true parent-centered moral that they have. So we'll be working onto that as well, and nakadepende yan dun sa magiging outcome ng one day ng mga department head, division head pala ng sector, ng economic sector ng Philippine Statistics Authority. So Korea is also monitoring yung ginagawa ni Ma'am Del Prado ngayon, and they are continuously asking for an update kung saan na, kung kailan yung schedule ng seminar. They are constantly monitoring as well. So yan, looking forward na we will be eyeing for that and looking forward for that. And also Region 2 is parang they are expressing also na they wanted also to have the same program with Zampen na stress management sa mga LGUs na contact nila doon. So that would still be under ng UPTA, shoulder ng UPTA yon na program, because yun nga yung magiging natin, yun yung magiging isa sa mga avenue wherein we could share the principle and we could we could transform people's life and also be connected to God and through parents' vision. So ayun, siguro this coming Friday, this coming Friday I will be presenting yung documentation ng nangyari sa sa Zamboanga Peninsula, para or Friday ba? Mas marami yata tayo pag Saturday, no?
Sabado.
Kuya, marami sa Saturday. Sinsya po kuya, nung third Friday, nawala pa ako ng internet. I cannot join it in 2 days po. Pasensya po.
Sige po. So, i-ano mo yun kuya sa Saturday na lang, para I will be presenting yung nangyari sa sa Zamboanga Peninsula. Yung sa PSA kasi wala akong picture doon kasi sila yung nagkuha ng picture. Hingi pa ako kay Ma'am Del Prado ng picture para we can. Pero yun naman is lang yun 2 hours presentation. What I'm looking forward is yung sa one day na Saturday na we will be giving the summary of the divine principle from introduction to restoration, pero more on introduction of restoration lang yung maging endpoint natin na. Kasi ang goal na target sa kanila is they will be joining the 3 days, 7 days, and even 21 days Divine Principle Seminar. So, and also we will be promoting itong UPTA na for those who wanted to have a thorough study of the Divine Principle, we will be discussing with Ma'am Del Prado of how they can also be enrolled sa UPTA for the 1-year training program. So we'll be pushing through with additional we'll be welcoming non-members to UPTA na training to deepen their understanding with the divine principle. Pero isa nga rin sana natin sa kanila is they should finish at least 21 days para sa ganun they have a deeper, we will be deepening their understanding of the divine principle.
Okay.
So we will start to now. We'll try to get the opportunity of welcoming members who wanted to study the principle itself, and they will become the mouthpiece of God in the different field of expertise that they have. So, pero ganun pa
Wow,
rin
I
yung
see.
mission natin na still um, becoming the mouthpiece of God and transformer. Idadagdag natin yung lahat ng mga graduates ng UPTA na hindi member na yung mga nasa government offices or private sector na mag-join, they will become the transformer of moral in the community. Yun yun. So idagdag natin yun sa vision natin. Aside from becoming the mouthpiece of God, the transformer of morals of the community. Yun yung dagdag natin. Can you write down, Ate Sylvia, para hindi makalimutan, para idagdag natin sa
Transformer, sinili ko ya.
Saka yung yung sa
Transformer of
Saturday, sa Saturday
transformer
hall,
of moral of the community.
Okay.
Alin kaya?
yung sa Saturday hall natin, hall Saturday class, yun sa report mo, sama rin nung skate natin.
Sandali lang yan, kuya. Hindi naman masyado mahaba yung yung
Okay.
report. Kasi lang yun, more on pictures lang yun na kung ano nangyari, anong ginawa nila. Tapos I will just be presenting the program.
Napo ko gibuhat.
Yung mga program saka yung schedule para makita nyo kung yung pati yung mga topics na present during that time. I will just be presenting para maging aware kayo. And at the same time, kung gusto nyo magkaroon ng copy ng mga topics na yun, I will be giving the topic din sa inyo. Sa
Alright.
para you can review it. Kasi sooner or later, you will be the one to present that as well. Hindi na lang ako yung mag-present in the near future. Kasi gusto natin, di ba? Ang UPTA is we will be ready to face anybody and to talk about the principle with anybody, any audience that we have. So, and also, yun nga, during our cluster leaders meeting sa BFD is like yung ino-open na that is an opportunity for us to see another way of presenting the divine principle in the different field of expertise ng mga tao. Kasi laging i-reiterate din na Ate Kino is bakit lagi na lang tayo nag-witnessing sa mga kawawa. Yung dun sa mga